Hello, 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 hello. Okay, I'm guessing me repeating myself is now on brand. And for today, we'll be doing a demo. I decided to call this series Fun Demo Fridays. So, today we're doing a demo on how I decided to automate PowerPoint slides generation, because why should I take time and create thousands and thousands of slides when I can just use AI, right? Okay, let's go to it. Everything starts with a story, right? Like, if there's no story, why do it, right? Like, why suffer and do something? Why strive? Okay, I can start again. Everything starts with a story, right? Because if there's no story behind it, why do it? So for me, it started as a task. We are doing a Learn Live series between April and May. So it has 6 set of series. I'll be doing one of the sessions. And the task was, as you can see, it's a Learn Live series. Learn Live means this series is based on Microsoft Learn. So now the idea was all these sessions have a Learn module tied to it. And these Learn modules are a collection, 4 hours of content. So this is an example. This is the learning path. This is an example of the content. So for example, if you have one Learn module, it has the introduction, you have the content of the module, an exercise, which is a demo, a module assessment, which I call the knowledge check, and a summary. The slides are all the same format. And the good thing is, because Microsoft, I also have a very good set of PowerPoint slides template. So I have this template with me where I already have a template of what I can do. So this is how you can use the template, the designs, the different things you should have in the template, the different versions. Building all these 5 set of slides is a time-consuming, really monotonous and really boring task, especially because it's very, very useful but also useless at the same time. We used to have a project before where we would have it generate the slides. I went through the code. It's in .NET. I don't understand .NET. So I was like, okay, how can I generate the slides from the Learn modules themselves? So the first thing, okay, as I do this, have pity on me because I'm using Google Colab. So the first thing I did was create a script. I have access to the Learn modules, of course, the repos for these different Learn modules. We have an extension that can be able to give me the repo and everything. But publicly, I don't think you have access to the repo. So the idea is, can you be able to scrape the data? So I'm using Beautiful Soup, and then I'm converting the data to a Word document. This will be useful later, so take note of that. So the idea is I can be able to go to the page. This is the start page, and extract the units, specifically the details on the different units. So I would, for example, this is, which module am I trying to extract? This is the semantic kernel module. So if I go to this page and I paste it here, it will have an introduction, the content, an exercise, a knowledge check or the assessment, and a summary. So the idea is, if I can be able to extract all these pages, not just the landing page, but all the other pages. So I use this as the base URL, and then I'm going to get, using Beautiful Soup, I'm going to get the different module links and then have it generate for me the content. And then the content extracted should be formatted because I want it to be a Word document. And in case there's an error, like there's no unit links found, it can just tell me, yeah, nothing was found. And I want it as an output of the same name. So if, for example, I'm running the semantic kernel, I want it to generate an output with develop an AI agent with semantic kernel. So if I run this, the first thing is having the libraries installed. I should zoom in, right? Having the libraries installed. I'm still learning how to use this laptop, so yay. So installing the libraries, which is beautiful soap requests and Python documents, because I want to convert it to a Word document. And then here I import the libraries I need. I get the base URL, and from the URL I get the unit links, and then from the content I make sure the content are formatted correctly. I scrape the data. So the idea is to scrape all the links, not just the first mistake I made was scraping everything but the start page. But now I realized I also need the start page to set the tone for the entire module. And then once that's done, I can come in and save the module as an output. So this was the start page. And then if I click on run, it will do the same thing. So if I come down here, again, I'm still navigating how this thing works. So if I come down, you can be able to see it's found 7 unit pages, it's scraping the pages, and it's saved it to a document file. Let me zoom out. Then how to get that file. So since I'm using Colab, that means it's very temporal. So if I refresh this page, it's gone. So this is the file. So I can just come here and download. Because building an entire application to do this will be fun, but fruitless, I'm guessing. So the idea is, how can I leverage on already existing applications to come in and help me implement this? What I did, PowerPoint. I already have the template in PowerPoint. Why not lean onto it and continue building on it? So let's go back to our template. This is a copy of our template, and I have this in a blog, so I will be able to send you like the details of the blog. But the idea is I will come here and go to Copilot, because Copilot can do this. Then select add view prompts. There's a high probability you didn't see a lot of that. Okay, you can zoom in down there, but it will, once you click on that, it will load to this page. So you can just click on create presentations, and here is now where the magic happens. You can use what I did was to use a prompt, a very interesting prompt, where I gave it instructions. So the instructions are one, this is what we should do. So the slides would be, no, I'm not doing this slides. So to be able to get the learn module, I normally split my screen so that I can be able to see everything. Develop, is it this one? No. Develop AI agents with Azure. I'm guessing is it this one? Let's see. It's supposed to have 7 units. Again, I'm still navigating how this thing works. So probably in my next demo, I will be a lot better. I'll be a lot better with this. So, wrong page. Convert learn. This is the page it's supposed to open. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's behind. Interesting. Okay, should I minimize this? Okay. And then this is the learn modules. This is the one we just created content on. And then Once that's done, I should like minimize this, right? I'm guessing, so that I can be able to access everything else, and then come back to this. So the learn module here is supposed to be this learn module, and what I'm doing now is trying to ensure I have the title right. So the title will be develop an AI agent with semantic kernel. And then I need to update. So as I said, introduction is the same. What changes is the content. So the first bit of content we have is, understand semantic kernel AI agents. AI agents. And then the next one will be create an Azure AI agent with semantic kernel. Create an Azure AI agent with semantic kernel, and then add plugins. And it's interesting. Most of the segments are the same, like the number of units are the same. Plugins to Azure AI agent, and then develop an Azure AI agent with semantic kernel, and Azure AI agent with the semantic kernel SDK, and that's it. And then now what I'll need to do is add a reference file, and the file I need to add, let me be a good person and do develop an AI agent with semantic kernel. That's the file that needs to be added. And then I can remove this page, no longer needed. Zoom in here, and I'm like, yeah, this is the content I need you to create. Please create for me. Oh, I am your humble servant. I don't know. So it will take, of course, it takes a while, but it now gives me, okay, this is what I need to be creating, right? So it's like, okay, these are the segments you've selected. So this is the introduction, the different sections, the exercise, the knowledge check, and the recap. And I'm like, yeah, that's good. And then you can also edit image settings. I don't want it to use image from my organization because it might pick confidential images, so no. And then generate slides. We are generating slides. And it literally takes less than 10 minutes for the slides to be generated. It's even faster because, okay, as you can see, I am not pausing or trying to have this muted for a while because I want you to see it in action. So yeah. I don't know who enjoys music when like there's always something singing in my head. So whenever there's it's like the bank music when you're queuing in a bank and you're waiting for something to happen. So just like da, 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 da. Anyway, so almost there. Copilot is almost there. Oh my god, slides are generated. Told you, less than 5 minutes. So you can be able to see it even has the agenda items. It has, so the sensitivity will be back to, since it's Copilot generated, it will be back to now confidential. And then everything else is good. So you can just see, okay, I feel like it's created enough slides, right? So you can just click on keep it. And then the main thing you should do once you're done with that is Command O. Once you're done with that, the main thing, you'll see me splitting my screen a lot. The main thing I do is now, it's semantic, develop an AI agent, develop an AI agent. It came and then it disappeared. Develop an AI agent with semantic kernel. So now the main thing you should do next is come in and look at the slides. So for example, the agenda items, everything is good, right? And then look, for example, at introduction. The introduction slide looks good, and then this is the slide you should be looking at. So does it really cover what the introduction says? So you can read through the introduction, compare and contrast and see, okay, does it actually cover what I want it to do, or is it not covering what needs to be covered? And then this is in an introduction to the semantic kernel SDK. So let's see, AI agents are transforming how we work. Yes. And then it's talking about the SDK, the open source SDK, talks about what it is, how you can use it. Makes sense. And then the introduction bit is what is the impact of AI agents, which is here. So basically what it's done is it's been able to set the tone in terms of why you should even care about agents. And then the next bit is, okay, this section is focused on semantic kernel. So this is an introduction to semantic kernel SDK and what we should do about it. Pretty neat, right? So that's it for today. I have the link for the code and everything in a blog form. So I'll have the blog added here in the chat description. But yeah, hope you learned something new. Again, I don't like reinventing the wheel. So if there's something that I can be able to utilize that's already there, I'll use that, right? It's not, you don't necessarily need to build 10 things if you already have it in progress. Anyway, thank you for joining me. See you next Friday for another fun demo episode. All these episodes will be running for a couple of weeks, and then we'll have a series finale at the end. So can't wait to have you see what I build next. Bye.